Think about how you measure the processes that your teams work on. And so we talked about production process. Can you measure the problems of your data providers, which one are good and bad? Can you measure how often you're meeting your SLAs or not meeting your SLAs? How recent your data is, how good your data is, how often you're meeting your build times. And these sort of think of them like factory production metrics, raw materials, timing. They're really important. And especially if you have, like in some organizations, have hundreds of pipelines in production, being able to see these production pipelines. And then the second part is the opposite. Your team is developing new pipelines. How are they getting into production? How well are they collaborating? How many tests they have? What test coverage? And so there's a set of metrics that you can develop. And I think this is really quite important to be able to look at and drive change, because I've worked with data people for a while, and even the most cynical ones will start to believe that you can go fast and not break things when they can see the data to back it up. And so gathering that data not only can help your team, help the non-believers on your team, but also help you as a leader look good, because you're able to show these metrics and show the kind of progress that you're making as a team. And there's lots of different ways to measure team productivity, and some of which come out of tools like Jira, some of which come out of tools like our software. But it's a very rich area that I think we're going to see a lot of work in the next few years. And so, what are the keys to doing enterprise data ops transformation? So the first is, avoid the big bang, right? Start small, get a small team, show value, get customers talking about it, and kind of get the social proof, right? Don't ignore these soft things. How people, because a lot of people in data and analytics have been burned in the past. They have been, and I have the same thing. They have been yelled at by customers for being late or being wrong. They have been snickered at because they're too slow, and they've been rerouted because someone hired another person to do what they thought they should do. And so I think it's a very, there's a lot of scars on people who've done data and analytics, and this is changing the way they work. So being sensitive to that and trying to help people see this as an opportunity, not as a way to just yet another way to blame them for screwing up. And I think, like I said, one of the ways to do that is just measure the benefits and show that your team ends up being more productive, gets more story points, more feature points, more functions into the data. Track your error rates, that you have much less errors from Q1 to Q2. And those things can be very concrete ways to show that you're actually making progress on these goals.